And if Bitcoin is able to get that sideways action going into the halving and then pump, right, going into the halving, this would be perfect for Bitcoin. This would be extremely healthy for Bitcoin, and would be nothing that we haven't seen before. And I do think that this is still the most likely scenario right now. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Kevin Svenson, and today we're going to be talking about the fact that Bitcoin is currently trading above $8,000 for the first time since November 20th. We're going to be talking about what this means going into the halving here in 2020. If you guys have been watching my channel since the end of November, we've been discussing how the $8,000 price level coincides with the resistance line of the downward sloping price channel, and currently we are starting to trend above it. In this video, we're going to be discussing the important key factors that we need to keep in mind as we're trading this market. And before we get started, guys, definitely click that link below. Sign up for the Cryptowatch platform. It's the platform that I use in all of my videos. You can actually manage your portfolio and manage trades across all the top exchanges, all from one place. Right now, I'm looking at all the top cryptos, looking at the asset card list here on Cryptowatch, and we can see that Bitcoin is actually currently taking the spotlight right now, trending higher than most other coins. Bitcoin is breaking out above its highs right now, breaking above 8,000. So Bitcoin is currently trending higher than all other coins. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Bitcoin chart. We're looking at the daily chart right now. We can see that Bitcoin has actually trended up and above this resistance box. If you guys have been watching this channel for the past couple months, we've been discussing how support continuously becomes resistance on the way down within this price channel. We can see that support becomes resistance over and over again within this price channel, and we have not seen an actual break above resistance every time we've created new resistance. Although right now, Bitcoin is beginning to trend above this resistance box. Looking at the 4-hour chart, Bitcoin trended into this resistance box, tested 8,000, tested 7,700, and then ripped right to the upside out of the resistance box. So we have had a resistance break, and we are currently trending above that resistance line, the downward sloping resistance of the price channel. If you guys remember, this resistance line is what has been governing our resistance for 6 months now. More than 6 months, we've been getting continuous rejection along the downward sloping resistance. In Bitcoin, for the first time, is potentially going to get a daily candle close above resistance. We did see a wick out of this price channel here. This was a bit of an over-exaggerated pump during that China news, although, you know, we had a daily candle close back in this resistance box, and of course we weren't able to create any higher highs, and we kind of just trended down after that. But we have never seen a daily candle close above this price channel. We have not seen that for 6 months now, and Bitcoin now has the chance to get a daily candle close above this price channel. What I would like to see, what I think is the best case scenario, is Bitcoin, you know, trending above that downward sloping resistance, turning it into support, and then just seeing good sideways action, you know, maybe a little bit of higher lows going into the halving, you know, remaining above 7,800, 8,000 for the next few months as we're entering the halving period. This is what I think would be the best case scenario for the bulls. We would get that standard routine sideways action in a good accumulation zone for the supply to get bought up, for the supply to thin out before the next major pump. The reason why I keep talking about this is this is what the halving has looked like for the past 2 cycles. We've only had 2 halvings in Bitcoin, and this is what all of them have looked like, right? Off the bear market low, we get 1, 2 parabolic advances, and then we break the all-time high. We get, on the next one here in 2016, we get 1, 2 parabolic advances, and then we break the all-time high. Bitcoin is currently seeing 1 parabolic advance. And what we're now seeing, which is a really good sign, is Bitcoin is starting to bounce off of this upward sloping trend line, which is something that we haven't seen for a while now. Bitcoin is actually beginning to gain support along the upward sloping trend. And if Bitcoin is able to get that sideways action going into the halving and then pump, right, going into the halving, this would be perfect for Bitcoin. This would be extremely healthy for Bitcoin, and would be nothing that we haven't seen before. And I do think that this is still the most likely scenario right now. As long as we remain above this upward sloping trend line, then we should be seeing Bitcoin retest 20,000 within the next parabolic advance. You know, each time we get a parabolic advance, we of course trend higher. We see new highs in the market. You know, that next parabolic advance will most likely bring us up to about 20,000 to retest the all-time high. and then we'll be retesting, our previous highs here at 12 to 13,000 on that next pullback before getting that all-time high break. If something like this were to take place, we would be looking at almost the exact same cycle as both other halving periods, right? 2 parabolic advances, all-time high break, 2 parabolic advances, all-time high break, and then of course that second parabolic advance in the all-time high break. This is still what I think is most likely right now. As long as we remain above this upward sloping trend line, Bitcoin should be looking for sideways action for the next couple months, for the next 2 months, 3 months, and then a break up to new highs. But of course, guys, this is only if we confirm daily candle closes above the downward sloping resistance line, right? We need to start confirming price action above this level. So there are 2 more key indicators that we've been keeping track of on this channel that are very key in indicating if Bitcoin is going to be bullish going forward here. And that is the 21-week EMA and the parabolic stop and reverse indicator here on the weekly chart. So one major thing that I have seen recently is on this weekly, we have seen the parabolic stop and reverse indicator. We've seen a reversal here on this indicator to the bullish side. So as long as the price action, remains, relatively bullish here, whether we see more upside and just some sideways action, however this plays out, as long as this parabolic stop and reverse indicator begins to trend up here, this could mean that we're actually, this could indicate that we're looking for our next major trend reversal, and that Bitcoin is actually looking to retest up into the next parabolic advance with this parabolic stop and reverse indicator getting an actual reversal here. This is a really, really bullish sign. And also, the 21-week EMA is also another major indicator for me right now. The downward sloping resistance line is actually coming in along the 21-week EMA. If we just go from, if we just map out our price channel, and we can see that right now, the 21-week EMA, this moving average, it's coinciding with our downward sloping resistance line, and this is extremely key to get above, right? Bitcoin is currently testing this right now. If we look at 2018, what we saw was Bitcoin tested above this level and tested below it routinely, right? We saw a lot of tests above and below it, and this was not a great sign for the bulls. So getting above the 21-week EMA here and the downward sloping resistance line are 2 major key levels to be getting above. And if we can do this, I would become very, very bullish on Bitcoin. So if we can range above the 21-week EMA and the downward sloping resistance line, which is right here, this is exactly where we are right now. If we can get above this level and start to, build support along this, I would become very, very bullish on Bitcoin. At that point, we would be looking to create support along the 21-week EMA and, potentially retest the downward sloping resistance as new support, get a little bit more of that sideways action, that consolidation before the next major pump to the upside. This is still what I think is most likely right now. And this is really similar to the analysis that I've been providing here on this channel for the past half year. On this channel, we thought that the golden retrace was going to be our low point, which was the $7,200 level. This was the level that we were eyeing up for, most of the year here. We got a major pump off that level, and of course we had a lot more selling after that. We retested 6,400. Regardless, 6,400 is still, we're still holding above major market structure here. So this is a really good sign. Other than the fact that we tested lower, the analysis that I've provided here for the past half year is almost the same. Instead of 7,200, we're at 6,400, but either way, we're looking at the exact same type of price action that we've been discussing here for the last half year. We've been looking at the past halving periods, and we've been looking for a similar outcome to the past couple halving periods, and it is actually beginning to happen, right? We're getting that support along that upward sloping trend line, and if we break out of this price channel here, it's very likely that we're looking for the next major parabolic advance going into the halving, and then potentially looking to break the all-time high going into the end of the year. If you enjoyed this video, definitely hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and be sure to sign up with the CryptoWatch platform. Guys, if you know anyone who is trying to understand these halving cycles and doesn't really understand, definitely be sure to share these videos. I talk about this cycle, the way that this cycle has been playing out, a lot on this channel. So if you want to understand the halving cycles, be sure to share this video with your friends, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all in the next video.